For billions of years, the Athelians moved between the stars in absolute silence. Their ships glided like drifting lanterns across the dark seas of space, polished obsidian hulls leaving trails of shimmering ion mist. They believed silence was purity, that to disturb the void was a blasphemy. No words, no songs, no art. Only the mathematical beauty of motion and light. When they encountered other species, they offered only serene observation, never intervention. They watched civilizations collapse under gravity's cruel hand, watched entire biospheres vanish into nova fires, but they never wept, never roared, never celebrated. Their galaxy became a vast cathedral of hush, where the pulse of a neutron star was considered the only acceptable hymn. Then, humanity arrived. We came in clunky metal cylinders, patchwork craft whose hulls bore graffiti, badges from long-forgotten missions, and solar sails printed with children's doodles. Our transmissions crackled with laughter, overlapping languages, and spontaneous songs. At first, the Athelians observed us with curiosity. Our engineers played music while welding. Our pilots sang sea shanties to coordinate maneuvers across asteroid fields. Even our AI cores recited jokes to each other as they recalibrated the warp fields. Most confusing of all, humans danced. In cargo bays and control rooms, on Mars dunes and Titan ice lakes. They waltzed in zero-G, spun across microgravity rings, twirled under starlight as if the entire universe were their stage. To the Athelians, it was madness. Why create unnecessary motion? Why waste precious calories on rhythm? Yet they could not look away. On a lonely observation deck in the Andromeda Reach, an Athelian named Velith first heard a human's violin echoing through an open comm leak. The sound vibrated in Velith's crystalline thorax like a distant heartbeat. Without understanding why, they reached out. Human transmission, please clarify. Purpose of music? A human named Mia responded instantly, laughing as if greeting an old friend. Purpose? No purpose. That's the point. It's joy. It's what makes us human. Want to try? Velith hesitated. Silence was sacred. Yet something inside, something ancient and hidden, shifted. Slowly, they began tapping the tip of one limb against the metal floor. It was clumsy, arrhythmic, almost painful to watch. But Mia cheered as if Velith had discovered fire itself. Yes, that's it. You're dancing. The Athelian archives had no word for this, only vibrational dissonance, which they had long considered a flaw. But now it felt liberating. Soon, other Athelians joined. They tapped, then swayed, then cautiously twirled. Humans encouraged them with bright spotlights, shared holographic dance lessons, and open comm channels filled with jokes and roaring applause. Entire Athelian spires, once solemn and silent, began to hum with awkward rhythms. Ships once known for drifting like tombstones now executed corkscrew spins and sweeping arcs through nebulas, leaving trails of colored plasma shaped like ribbons. One Athelian pilot, obsessed with Earth's breakdancing videos, spun their whole ship in tight, dazzling spirals through the Oort clouds. Another choreographed an armada to waltz around a pulsar, using gravitational currents to create an enormous cosmic ballet visible for light years. In their archives, the Athelians began a new classification: emotional movements. They renamed entire constellations after dances they learned. Orion became the twirl, Cassiopeia was the wave, and Perseus turned into the leap. On Earth, humans celebrated the first intergalactic dance festival. Thousands of ships converged in orbit above Jupiter's swirling storms, each ship a floating dance floor. Neon sails unfolded, projectors lit up the void with color and shape, and music flooded the vacuum in bright pulses of modulated light. Velith and Mia stood together on an observation platform, gazing at the living auroras humans and Athelians painted together. I did not know silence was so heavy, Velith confessed. And now? Mia asked, spinning slowly. Now, I feel light, like a comet in spring migration. Mia laughed, reaching out a gloved hand. Velith took it with trembling claws, and together they floated into the endless night, weaving through starlight and echoing each other's gentle laughs. Back in the distant edges of their old silent empire, the Athelians began to dismantle their old echo chambers and worship halls. No longer did they fear sound. They broadcast their laughter, their clumsy steps, their shared joy. What once was a galaxy of hushed loneliness became a sprawling dance floor where cosmic dust glittered like confetti, and every black hole's edge shimmered with the colors of celebration. For the first time in eons, their galaxies were no longer silent. They resonated with human laughter. And across the tapestry of stars we danced, unstoppable, joyful, alive.